What is up, guys? It is the Pocket Banana here. Today showing you guys the awesomeness of, guess what? Ta-da! Math. Alright, so the math is going to be very simple. Don't worry, don't be like, oh crap, I don't want to do math. It's actually going to be very simple and a very important part of the Python language. So basically what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be just doing simple basic functions for right now. Alright, but later we're going to get into importing stuff, and I think I actually might do one just to give you guys a taste of it before this is over. So starting off, we're going to set two variables just to practice with it, x equals 5 and x equals 10. Oh, wow, that really worked. Y will equal 5 then. So I have x and y. So 10 and 5. Okay, so first I'm going to start with addition. X plus y is going to be 15. Okay, obvious, right? We already know that. We got this. So that's basic. I don't even have to say anything on that. If you don't know what this means, please go back to kindergarten. This is very simplistic. There's nothing much to do here, but it's very important. So, and there's also going to be some stuff you don't know. So here we go. So next is going to be the subtraction. X minus y is going to be 5. 10 minus 5 is going to be 5, yeah. 10 minus 5 is 5. I was about to say, wait, no it doesn't. But it does. I knew that. So once again, it's self-explanatory. We got this. It's all good. It's clean, simple, very easy. So after that, we're going to get into division. Now, if you don't already know this, you're like, where's the division key? Well, it's actually the slash, forward slash. Okay? The forward slash is going to be your division key. And then you're going to put your number that you want to divide it by. So remember, big number first, little number second. But since we're using variables, I'm going to use my variables for this. So x divided by y equals 2, and that is true. Okay? And now is going to be multiplication. Multiplication, once again, very simple. You got this. X times y. The multiplication key is Shift 8, and it gives you the asterisk if you don't already have it like on a number pad or whatever on the side. Since I'm using a laptop, I don't have one of those. But I don't like those, so I'm fine. The multiplication, very simple. X times y, guess what's going to equal? 50. Yeah, should equal 50 anyways. So this is all the basics. Now, you're sitting here right now going, this is so boring, I should leave. You shouldn't, because now, here's we're getting to the legit stuff. So here's exponents, okay? If you don't know what an exponent is, it's basically a number times a number times a number times a number, but it has to be a consistent number. Like 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 would actually be written out like 3 and a little 4 at the top of it, like a little tiny 4 at the very top right corner of the number. And to do this, it's very simple. You should do 3, 2 multiplication signs, and 4. And this can actually turn out to be some very big numbers, so be careful, because sometimes you might mess up something. So if I were to do 12, no, that's times. 12 exponent 241, look at that number right there. See that? The L, I'm not sure what that means, but the L means something. And guess what? That is a big number. So that was pretty fast, but if I did something like insane on the number scale, I'm not sure how this would work out. But yeah, sometimes it'll take a minute to unfreeze it, so I mean, if I did something like this, yeah, I'd be in some trouble there, as far as I know. I mean, if I were you, I'd try it, but I mean, since I'm making a video right now, I'm not going to freeze up my computer. So now we're going to the negative numbers, but this is once again very simple, but next is coming up something kind of confusing. So, negative numbers, you're just going to use the subtraction key, or a dash, whatever you want to call it. And so if I were to do negative 5 plus 5, this should equal 0. Yep. And that's pretty much it for that. Negative numbers are very simple. You can even store them in a variable, so if I were to have n equals negative 5, and I were to redo n, it'd be negative 5. It's very simple there. And now we're doing something called a modulus. It's basically the remainder of a division problem. So first let's do 10 divided by 4. See, it's 2, and I bet some of you are sitting there going, what's not 2, whatever. Well, actually, it is 2 according to Python. But to find the real answer, we have to do it like 10 modulus 4. The modulus is basically a percent sign, and it's actually a 2. So I'm assuming that's a 0.2 because I'm not exactly sure on the modulus right now. But I'm going to wiki it. I'll actually leave the wiki link in the description below. So go check that out. Go check the wiki out to understand more about it. And yeah, there it is. So now here's the taste. I mean, you don't have to watch this part, but here's the taste of what I was talking about earlier. The importing functions. Okay, so this is very simple. It's actually going to help you. If you actually watch this, you've got skill, bro. You've got skill. So, importing a function is very simple. You just type in import in math. It's actually called a module. That's what math is called. Math is called a module in this case. So, math is a very, very, very big module. And modules actually are there to save room on your shell. They're not saving room on your computer because they're already installed, but the shell, which is this thing right here, this actual window you're using, this is actually saving space on it so you don't have a frozen shell all the time, because if you had everything imported, you'd be sitting here and going like 1 frame per second. So yeah, that's why they import stuff very strictly, if most people would say. I think actually you can type in module somewhere. I think it's help, and I think it's module. Help module. Help module. Well, anyways, there's somewhere you can find it, and you basically get all the modules that are installed on your computer, and you can just choose from there. So now after we have import math, which is that simple, that's all you have to do it. After you get that, you're going to want to, let's say we're doing square root. There's a lot of functions in this, but I'm just starting off with square root because that's the simplest. And that's the only one I'm doing just because you don't need the rest. So math dot square root is going to be the function for this. I mean the syntax for this. It's sqrt for square root. Don't ask me why, it just is. And I mean, it's just abbreviation, so you don't have to type it out square root every time. It's just sqrt. And then after that, you're going to have 2 parameters, which are parentheses, and you're going to type in whatever you want your square root to, what you want to find the square root of. I'm going to find the square root of 81, which I know is 9. At least it better be. Actually, I'll do 64. I like 64. So, math.square root of 64 should give us 8. Yep. And it did. And that's all you have to know for the math function. Now, if you guys are worried about importing the math and having a frozen shell all the time, actually, listen to me right now. As soon as you quit this window that you're in right now, once you quit this, all of them disappear. They all reset, alright? So, it won't slow up your shell. The more you get, it won't mess anything up. So don't worry about it, because as soon as you type in quit, and then 2 empty parentheses, or yeah, and press enter again, that's it. It just reset everything. So thank you guys for watching. That's it. And thank you for, if you watched the whole entire video, thank you so much, because I mean it really will help you in the end. And yeah, that's your math tutorial. Sorry about the longness of it. Peace.